Hi, colleagues. I'm Dr. Don Hayes, DC, welcoming you to chiropracticadvertising.com on behalf of Brian Citrin, the CEO. Now, I was supposed to be there live with you today, but unfortunately, I couldn't make it, so I decided to make this a Zoom presentation instead. Now, today, I want to share with you a very unique diagnostic tool to use in practice that can substantially improve patient outcomes and also help patients heal from musculoskeletal injuries in less than half the time. Now, in addition, the EndFlame program can be one of the most profitable promotional tools you've ever used, especially under the direction of Brian. Now, I'm talking about the EndFlame finger stick at-home blood test and 90-day treatment protocol that just might be the most important diagnostic tool a practitioner can use. This test is supported in science with more than 200 studies and over 100 different peer-reviewed journals, including top institutions such as JAMA, Harvard, and Stanford universities. Now, for those of you that don't know me, I'm a chiropractor who owned and operated 4 clinics for over 20 years. I was also partners with Metagenics for 7 years. I taught nutritional boot camps to over 1,000 doctors and staff, and I am the co-owner, president, and formulator of Greens First Nutrition. In addition, I'm the creator of the EndFlame program. Now, the EndFlame program is all about resolution for unresolved inflammation. Now, if that's a new term for you, don't feel bad. It's new to the entire medical world because it was only recently coined by a Harvard scientist who discovered a new molecule in the blood. Now, before I go into detail on the EndFlame program, let me say if a patient's EndFlame test findings are out of range, it means that unresolved inflammation is building up in their body and blocking their immune system's effort to bring things back to normal. The Inflammation Research Foundation says the EndFlame test is a measure of the existence and extent of inflammation now in the body. And by not being in the normal range, a patient is not optimized to shut down inflammation from any source. Professionals are taught that inflammation gets turned on due to an injury, a toxin, or a pathogen, and it gets turned off by the immune system's process of resolution. The problem for a lot of patients is their immune system is not turning off the inflammation. And when inflammation doesn't get turned off, instead of injured tissue going to resolution and repair, it ends up as failed resolution with scar tissue, chronic inflammation, and/or chronic pain. Now, the game changer in treating inflammation came with the discovery at Harvard of the resolvin molecule. Dr. Charles Sirhan, a professor at Harvard, is a scientist, and he's the person who discovered a molecule in the blood that he named a resolvin that turns off inflammation and promotes resolution. Now, he found in order to make resolvins and turn off inflammation, a person must have a reservoir of EPA and DHA in their bloodstream greater than 8%. Since resolvins are genetic hormone-like molecules with very short half-lives, they don't circulate in the blood, and they can't be measured directly using regular blood tests. However, since resolvins are made from omega-3s, you can test for EPA and DHA and get a very accurate indication if a person can make resolvins when inflammation gets turned on. The EndFlame test measures EPA and DHA in the blood 2 ways. First, by testing the omega-3 index, and second, by testing the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Now, this is a pathology textbook drawing that shows there's only 3 ways injuries heal. First, the top left corner shows a drawing of injured tissue. Now, if EndFlame test is normal and there's sufficient EPA, DHA to make resolvins, the injury will heal without scar tissue or chronic inflammation and look like the drawing at the top right corner. However, if there's a deficiency of EPA and DHA and the patient can't make resolvins, the injury will proceed to the number 2 choice, chronic inflammation, and look like the drawing at the bottom left corner, or number 3, and develop into scar tissue with loss of function and look like the drawing at the bottom right-hand corner. Now here's a global omega-3 status map that shows 95% of the population is omega-3 deficient. I mean, if you practice in the US or Canada, the map shows everyone to be in red, which is an omega-3 index of 4% or less. Now let's take this back to our practice. I mean, if a chiropractic patient doesn't have an omega-3 index of at least 8%, they'll not be able to make resolvents, they'll not be able to stop inflammation, and their injuries will go to failed resolution with either fibrous scars or chronic inflammation, regardless of the chiropractic care that we provide. Why? Because the inflammation they have is not due to their injury, it's due to their EPA and DHA deficiency. Now, one more point that Sirhan's research made with animals. He showed if they're deficient in resolvents and he injects them with that molecule at the site of injury, it speeds up healing by more than 50%. So offering a program that stimulates resolvents can help our patients heal up to twice as fast. Now, the EndFlame at-home fingerstick blood test kit has everything a patient needs to conduct the tests at home and mail it back to the lab, including a self-stamped and addressed envelope. The EndFlame program 3-page lab report comes back to you, the practitioner, by email. And the lab report itself is very intuitive. It's very easy for you to explain and very easy for patients to completely understand. Now, the EndFlame program uses a simple and easy 90-day research-based protocol. We include for you and marketing a 5-minute YouTube patient marketing video that makes it really easy to get patients to say yes to the lab test and also to the 90-day program. I mean, all you have to do is set patients in front of a computer and answer any questions that they might have later. Now, many healthcare providers offer the program as a marketing tool to attract new patients. I mean, you can offer the EndFlame kit as a $49 special since the kit only costs you $40. At that price, you'll get your money back, you'll make $9 profit, and then use the lab results to sell the 90-day program for anywhere from $500 to $1,500. So EndFlame can be very profitable. And with the expert marketing skills of Brian Citrin and chiropracticadvertising.com, this program can become a huge financial success. In closing, if you are an owner doctor here today, I'm offering you a chance to get tested free and receive a 30-minute private consultation with me to see if you're resolvent deficient. You do have to sign a HIPAA form that releases your tests to me for 90 days. If you qualify and you want to take advantage of this free offer that's only good for today's show, use the HIPAA form that's in your handout material or get one from the staff of Chiropractic Advertising. Fill it out completely, sign it on each line, and give it to one of the staff that will forward it to me. And tell your staff to expect a call from Dr. Hayes sometime next week where I'll ask a couple of questions and mail you your free kit. Now, if you have questions, I can answer them at that time. But if you have questions today that might have to do with a huge financial success in using the program, be sure to direct those to Brian or his staff. Again, I'm sorry to have missed meeting you today in person, but I do look forward to coaching you on your EndFlame results. I'm Dr. Don Hayes, DC, saying, hey, thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.